What up, you guys? Here, Nathan Heights, tattoo artist, and today I'm going to be giving you some important information or tips on getting your first tattoo, how to choose the tattoo shop, and the artist that you want to go to. First thing first, your first impression. When you walk in the shop, how do you feel? What do you see? Is it messy? Is it dusty? Is there trash laying around? Is there food on the counters? Is there an animal in the shop? Is there a dog in the shop? Remember, dogs leave fur, shedding. That can easily cause a tattoo infection and is considered a safety hazard in a tattoo shop. Is the tattoo shop busy? Are there people waiting to get tattoos? Do people actually come to this establishment to get artwork done? Does the shop smell like weed? I know there's a lot of people out there who love to defend marijuana or, whatever, but the fact of the matter is, do you really want to put your body and your skin in the hands of someone who is under the influence of marijuana or any other drug for that matter, including alcohol? And on the contrary, alcohol and marijuana are both illegal to use in a tattoo shop, especially while working. One important thing you can do to actually get a better look on if the tattoo is actually clean or not, or if people actually maintain it, is go wash your hands at the sink. Ask to use the restroom. Is there soap scum all over the sink? Is the restrooms actually dirty? Are the trash cans full? These are all signs that people don't do a daily upkeep on the shop. Shops should be cleaned daily, especially when you're dealing with blood. Okay, number two is the artist's attitude. When you walk into the shop, how do they greet you? Are they happy to actually see you there? Are they happily willing to answer any questions you have? Remember, a tattoo shop is a professional establishment and you should never feel bad for asking a question. And the artist should never make you feel stupid for asking a question either, especially if they want your business. Would you feel comfortable giving your money to someone who can care less about how your tattoo comes out or how you feel about your tattoo once it's actually done? Does your artist seem excited or nervous to do your tattoo? If your artist seems nervous, that's a very important thing to watch out for. I've worked in a few different shops, and at some shops, it would be the artist's first shop they ever worked at, and they would be very nervous to do the tattoos, which could easily result in shaky lines and, things in that nature. Does your artist smell like weed? Is your artist drunk? Those are two things you should look out for as well. Number three is portfolio. Does your artist even have a portfolio? Remember, if you want a portrait, you're not going to go into a shop, ask to see a portfolio, look at the portfolio and see a bunch of traditional style tattoos and then get your portrait done by that artist. It just doesn't make sense. The fact of the matter is if you want your tattoo to come out the best it's possibly going to come out, you want to make sure you go to an artist that specializes in that work. Sure, there are many artists that can do any kind of work, but if they can't do it, they should have some sort of proof that they can do it. Trust me, you don't want your grandma coming out looking like Whoopi Goldberg, I'm sure you guys have seen some of the bad tattoo photos online. What to do when an artist says that they don't have a portfolio? To me, personally, I think that's something very unprofessional, and out of all the shops I've worked at and the people I've worked with, I've noticed one or two things. One, if the artist does not have a portfolio, they are lazy. Sure, they have a lot of pictures of work that they can print out, but they're just too lazy to print it out and have it up for display. Remember, a lazy artist, personally, is not a good artist. Reason being, they're not going to pay attention to details or actually care about your work. An artist without a portfolio can have an ego. I'm sure, everybody has an ego, but I've noticed that some artists, they don't want to have a portfolio because they feel like you should already know that they're good. Like, they're good. You should be able to know just by the way that they carry themselves, which to me is another very unprofessional way to see yourself. Remember, there's always exceptions to anything that I'm saying here. Another important fact I'm going to throw out there is that you should remember that tattoo artists are hungry. A lot of tattoo artists have families, they have children, they have, all kinds of bills. So most tattoo artists will take any work that comes in the door, whether it be writing, portraits, traditional, color, whether they're good at it or not. That's something that you as the client should definitely look out for. Number four. Something really useful when looking for a tattoo shop or tattoo artist to do your first tattoo is word of mouth. Do you know people who have actually had good experiences at this shop? Check out Yelp reviews. Yelp reviews mean a lot. Remember, word of mouth is a powerful thing. Do you know people who have actually had good experiences at this shop? Or bad ones? And when you actually see your friend's tattoos healed, how do they look? Do the lines look solid? Does the shading look smooth? These are all things you want to look out for. How do they heal? That's the most important aspect. There's a lot of tattoos that can look good fresh, but when they heal, they just don't look right. Maybe it just wasn't applied properly. There's many different factors that can go into that. Number five is another very important thing that I have to stress, so I'm giving it its own bullet point, is cleanliness. How clean is the shop? Cleanliness and organization is number one when it comes to tattooing. One, because there's many diseases that you can get from tattooing. You want to make sure it's clean, dust-free, floors are clean, everything's organized, staff is professional. You want to make sure that, you know, the trash cans aren't full. Does your artist use new supplies, new needles, new tubes, which is the actual thing that they hold on to when applying the tattoo. Some artists use metal tubes, some use disposable. Even if an artist uses metal tubes, they should still have them in little baggies that they use to sterilize them in the autoclave. These are all things that you have to look out for. Number 6 is, do they rush you into the tattoo experience? A tattoo should not feel forced upon you or rushed. If you get in there and the artist is just doing everything they can to get you in the seat and get you out, that's a sign that the artist does not care about their work or pay attention to detail. So those are just a few words of advice for people looking to get their first tattoos. One thing you should never do, or that I personally would never do, is to avoid tourist spots when you go to get your tattoo. That includes Hollywood Boulevard, and that also includes, you know, Venice. Mind you that there are good tattoo shops in the cities, and once again there are always exceptions to these rules. The reason I'm saying this is because certain tattoo shops in these areas, they do not ever expect to see you again. You know, a lot of tourists pass through from other countries and they expect it to be a one-time thing. Therefore, they don't care as much on how the tattoo comes out because they don't expect you to be a return client. So once again, like I said, there are always exceptions to everything I said in this video except for the cleanliness part. But the fact of the matter is chance. Do you really want to take chances when it comes to a tattoo? Me personally, I've taken a lot of chances and I've gotten a lot of fucked up tattoos. Or I've gotten a lot of messed up tattoos that I now have to remove. Don't let that be you, okay? So thank you guys. Thumbs up this video. Leave a comment if you have any other questions. I'll be sure to reply, and be sure to subscribe. Check out my tattoo paint reviews and my tattoo laser removal reviews. Any other videos on my YouTube channel are pretty awesome. So, peace.